Good morning to all the participants of 1 week National Faculty Development Program on Research Methodology in Commerce. I, Dr. B.S. Navi, Professor of Commerce, Rani Channamma University, Belagavi, Karnataka. The topic given to me for presentation is Citations in Research. Presently, citations are gaining importance in every field of research and motivating the researchers to get engaged in research activities. With this note, I take this privilege to cover different aspects of citations in research. That is, I'm just focusing on what exactly the citation means, its purpose and importance, the types of various citations, and guidelines related with research activities. So without wasting much of time in the introductory part, directly I will take you to the slide sharing, that is on presentation of citations in research. Generally, citation means whatever the reference to the source of information we are using in our research work. Simply, it is a reference to a published or unpublished source that one consulted and obtained while writing research paper. Citation is simply abbreviated as alphanumeric expression embedded in the body of intellectual work that denotes an entry in the bibliographic references. Generally, citation in body and bibliography entry togetherly constitutes what we are going to consider it as citations. We many times, citations purpose, we are going to quote directly or paraphrase or summarize the essential elements of others' ideas in our research work. Citations are going to be in-text citation or else end of paper citation. In-text citations alert the reader to an idea from an outside source, whereas end of paper citation provides necessary details about the source of information. So at this juncture, it is very important for us to understand what is the purpose of citation, why we are always behind the citations for our research activities. The first and foremost point which elucidates the purpose of citation is it upholds the intellectual honesty and avoids plagiarism, which is more dangerous in the research activities. Another important purpose of this citation is to attribute prior or unoriginal work and ideas of the correct sources. Then to allow the reader to determine independently whether the referenced material supports the author's argument in the claimed way. And last but not the least, it helps the reader to gauge the strength and validity of the material the author has used here. And along with this purpose, which links very much with the importance of citations, to quote few of the significance of these citations are: citation document the readers where they have obtained the material. It provides a mean of critiquing the study based on the sources what we have used in our research work. Citation creates an opportunity to obtain information about earlier studies on the research problem which we are investigating. And the act of citing source is also the best defense against allegations of plagiarism. Also, the proper citation allows readers to locate the required materials and expand their knowledge on the topic. Definitely, when the researchers are going to take references, or they are going to take the citations of the others' work, definitely it is increasing the knowledge of the researcher. Citation of the other people's words or ideas are demonstrating that you have conducted a thorough review of the literature on the topic what we are conducting a research. And another importance is the researcher's ideas can be used to reinforce our own arguments, because the research needs the arguments, and it needs the clarity regarding the problems which we are facing, and those problems are going to be resolved with the help of these references which we are taking from the others ideas or others researches. Another importance of citation is the ideas of the researchers can be used to explain reasons for alternative approaches, and the ideas of other researchers can bolster the arguments, and one can detract from the credibility in the research what he has challenged. The ideas are considered intellectual property, and there can be serious repercussions if you fail to cite where you got an idea from. So that it is very important for all the researchers to cite the work of the others in their research, so that they are clearly stating that what kind of work they have referred, and how enthusiastically they have concentrated on the topic or the problem of research here. When we are concentrating on the significance or importance of the citations, and we should understand some of the methods or types of the citations. So to go with the types or methods of the citations, we should understand the unique identifiers, because especially while citing, we are going to use the information such as author's name, date of publication, title, and page numbers. So that along with these informations, citations may also include some of the unique identifiers, and those unique identifiers are depending on the type of the work which we are going to refer. So for that purpose, that may be the citations from the books which are going to be included from the ISBN, and specific volumes or articles or identifiable parts which we are going to take it from ISSN. Then electronic documents which are going to be found with the digital object identifier, and some of the biomedical research articles may have a PubMed identifier. So these points are going to highlight the identifiers of the citations here. Then I was referring with the types of citations, and as we go through the research activities, there are number of citation methods which are generally accepted, such as Oxford, Harvard, Modern Language Association, American Sociological Association, American Psychological Association, and many more, because their syntactic conventions are widely used and easily interpreted by the readers. Along with these citations, we are going to use some kind of references also, that may be in the form of bibliographies and others like compilations of the various kinds of references are generally not considered as citations, because they do not fulfill the true spirit of the term citation. They deliberately acknowledge by the authors of the priority of the one's ideas. So for that purpose, we should concentrate on some important methods of citations. In that, very important one which we are always using, MLA style, which is called as Modern Language Association. It is currently in its 8th edition and popular in language and literary studies. MLA uses parenthetic citations containing the author and the page number. Another important style of citation is APA style, which is currently in the 7th edition, which was created by the American Psychological Association and was originally used in the psychology and social sciences. Today, many other disciplines are also using this American Psychological Association citation, and this citation style uses an author, date, system of parenthetical citation. Another method of citation is Chicago. This style is published by the Chicago Manual of Style. There are two variations, Chicago A and Chicago B. Chicago A considers the citations are done in the format of footnote and endnote, whereas Chicago B concentrate on parenthetical author date citation in the text here. The fourth important citation method is Turabian. It was developed based on the Chicago style only. It is specifically designed by students who are writing the research papers, because at present students are engaged in the writing of the research papers, and for their citations Turabian is a popular citation method because it is just like Chicago style only. And even Turabian has also two citation options, that is, one is a note system and the another is author date system. The notation system is used in humanities, that is especially literature, history and the fine arts, while the author date system is used in social sciences. Another important method is Harvard. This referencing style is often used in the field of economics. There is no official style guide for this Harvard referencing style because it has many variations. Some organizations have published their own style of guidelines for recording this Harvard style. For example, we may take British Standards Institution and Australian Government Publishing Services. Like APA style, Harvard style is based on an author date system. Another important style, Oscola, and this Oscola referencing is used in law schools. It is a predominant citation style for legal academic writing in English. Oscola uses a note system. You include full details of the source in the footnote itself. Another style of citation we find NLM, National Library of Medicine, used primarily in the medical world, and it uses the numeric system. Another citation method we are finding, that is AAA, American Anthropological Association. It is based on Chicago style only and primarily used in social studies. AAA also uses an author date system. Along with these citation methods, we are going to have some referencing text also, and that is in the form of parenthetical notes. Especially in MLA and APA styles, in-text citations usually appear as parenthetical notes. Sometimes they are called as parenthetical documentation. They are called parenthetical notes because brief information about the source, usually the author's name, year of publication, and page number is enclosed in the parenthesis. For example, if we use the MLA style, we write the name of the author and then page number in the parenthesis. And if we are using APA style, we will write the name of the author, year of publication, and then page number in the parenthesis itself. Also, we will find end of paper citations, and usually this end of paper citations are going to be presented in the form of footnotes or endnotes, are going to include author's name, article title, publication information including journal title, date, volume, issue, pages, and many more here. And for the online sources, we are going to take the digital object identifier, which is popularly known as DOI. And also we are going to consider the URL of the information source and even URL of the journal that we have published our articles here. And at the end of any research paper, full citation should be listed in order according to the citation style what we are using. Especially in MLA style, this list is called a works cited page, and in APA style it is called as a reference page, and in CSE style it is called as cited references page, and in Chicago style there may be both a notes page and a bibliography page. And by knowing all these things, a question arises here is, how do I choose a citation style? It depends on the researcher, because there are different ways, as I have referred, for the citation purpose. And the citation style sometimes depends on the academic discipline in which we are involved. For example, APA is used by education, psychology and sciences. MLA is used by humanities. Chicago or Turabian is used by business, history and fine arts, and so on. Usually, the citation style what we are going to choose will largely dictated by the discipline, as I have referred, in which we are writing our paper. However, as we go on progressing in the research or in the academic career, we definitely find more flexibility in choosing a style that works fit for us. And for that, some references I have quoted, that is for history and humanities. Just we can try with the Chicago notes and bibliography, because Chicago notes utilizes footnotes and endnotes to link the text to sources. And typically it is accompanied by bibliography page. And when we take the physical, natural and social sciences field, Chicago author date, because it utilizes parenthetical in-text citations and references or works cited list at the end, so that typically it is accompanied by references or works cited page here. And we can take the field of humanities, which includes English, art history, philosophy, music, religion, language, linguistics, and many more. We can cite with MLA because it uses the parenthetical in-text citations and a work cited list at the end of the paper to link the sources. The humanities place emphasis on authorship and interpreting primary source in a historical context. So, the author's name is the first piece of information preceding title and publication information on the works cited at the end of the work here. And when we take the social science, education and engineering fields, we can suggest APA because it is also using the parenthetical in-text citations and a references list at the end of the paper to link sources. These disciplines place emphasis on the date of creation or publication. In an effort to track currency or relevancy, the date is listed immediately following the author's name in the references list here. Just for our knowledge sake, I have used some information in the table, that is what kind of citation style and what kind of disciplines we are going to use, and what type of citations we are going to use here. For example, MLA can be used to the discipline of humanities, and parenthetical, that is author page number kind of citation can be used here. Then APA, psychology, education and social sciences, that is parenthetical author date citation can be used. As I have referred, Chicago A, history, humanities disciplines with the specific notes. Chicago B with the sciences, social sciences and humanities with author date parenthetical citation. And Turabian style applies to the discipline humanities and social sciences as well as sciences, and even the notes and author dates are going to be used. And the same, the list goes with Harvard, Vancouver, Oscola, IEEE, AMA, ACS, NLM, AAA, APSA, and so on. All these kind of citations are going to be related with different field of disciplines, and they are having specific kind of citation as shown in the particular slide here. By going through the citations, presently the researchers or the academicians are always testing their value, how their researches are going to be valued by the others, and they are measured in the index format, and that only we are referring in the form of H index, I index, G index, like that. When it comes to H index, it is the maximum value of H such that the given author or journal has published H papers that have been cited at least H times. H index is a metric to measure the productivity and impact of the published work of scholars. It was developed by George Hirsch in 2005. H index takes into the account, that is, productivity of the researchers and the impact of researchers' publications. And for that, we can find our H index either in the Scopus or in the Web of Sciences or in Google Scholars via scholar profile or publish or perish. Here, one should concentrate that H index may vary slightly depending on source. What kind of sources we are using, on that basis, the H index is varying, and one should concentrate on this variation, why it is happening. So that only citation should be very clear and perfect manner we have to cite, so that it is showing the perfect results for the researchers. Here, an example is given of one of the researchers, and whatever the red circle which is highlighted in the graph, that is the author's H index. It represents the point where at least H number of papers have been cited at least H times each. And in this example, the H index is 15. That means 15 papers have been published by the researcher or the author, which themselves have been cited at least 15 times. Then another kind of index is I index. It refers to the number of papers with 10 or more citations. If the same paper is cited more than 10 or more than 10 times, then it is considered as I10 index. And at the same time, I20 index also. If the paper is presented or cited more than 20 or 20 times, then it is going to be included in the I20 index. Like that only, I index is shown. Then another kind of index which we refer, that is G index. It is the biggest number such that the top G articles received at least G square citations. So these citations are very important for the researchers to motivate themselves, engage themselves in the research activities. For that, some general guidelines for the citations. The first important thing is, do not avoid referencing other people's work, because we should respect and cite the others' work when we are referring, when we are considering for our research work. So that refer others' work honestly. Do not ignore another author's work, because doing so will your readers to believe that you have either borrowed the idea of information without properly referencing it. So that refer the other author's work in your research activity. If you want to use an adopted version of someone else or others' work, you must still cite the original work which you have referred. If several authors have published very similar information or ideas, even you can indicate that idea or information what you are finding in the work of others. The rationale in duplicating prior research is generally governed by the passage of time, changing circumstances or conditions, or the introduction of new variables that necessitates a new invention. Then definitely you should revise your topic, because there should not be any duplication, there should not be the same kind of the title. So if these problems we are finding, then we should revise our topic and then define the problem statement. Then another important guidelines is you should cite a source even if it was published long ago. Whatever the time of publication it may be, you should consider it for the citation. So definitely it leads to the respecting the others' work and helping them in motivating or engaging in the research activities. Also, along with that, I can suggest some of the automatic citation generators which we will find, and they are not going to be the system foolproofs. For that, we should check and correct the spellings and capitalizations, and clearly we should enter the citations what we are making. So then we can find BibMe as the automatic citation generator, Docs site, then EasyBib, Night site, Scholar Space, Son of Citation Machines. So all these uh, citations are through all these we can get automatically generate the citations of our work what we have done here. Then why our citations sometimes the citations count decrease? Because there may be some important problems. One, it may be with the duplication of the work. If the same kind of work we have, if it has been cited two or more times, then by the proper verification or by the merging of the duplicated documents, then definitely citation goes decreases. And also along with that, when an author of a publication cites whatever the cited article, he will remove from his publication database, then definitely if the article has been removed from the database, then automatically citation count decreases. So that only we should see that there should not be duplications, there should not be any eliminations. We should see that how, at what point of time, and by how many people the article has been cited, and that we should always concentrate so that we can maintain the citation count or H index continuously. So presently, as we are all knowing, citation is gaining importance, and for that purpose, definitely this information is going to help the budding researchers, where they are going to write the papers, present the papers, and they can use the proper citations, referencing styles. Then definitely that motivates them to get involved in the research activities. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to present on the suggestions. Thank you one and all. All the best.